shared services, they will lead you to believe may end up costing or saving you money now. Next year, they may not get the money they're going to anticipate. But more importantly, it's the way this whole thing was done. The fact that it was done underhandedly, behind closed doors, without the knowledge of these individuals, but more particularly, your chief of police. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your police officers. That's right. Borough of Flemington to dissolve its police department. It should be your decision, not a small group of people up here. Let me just say one thing. In these so-called talks with Raritan, if they disband your police department, Raritan may hire 5 officers to come in here and patrol your streets. Right now you have 100% public safety coverage. If they disband this police department and then you hire 5 additional people to do it, guess what? You're down to 33% police coverage in the borough of Flemington. Can you afford that? Are you willing to put your safety at risk? I would not think so. Ladies and gentlemen, talk has come up that this may go on a referendum, and it will be up to you to decide. I urge you, please, these are your men and women. These are your police officers. They put their lives on the line every day for your town. And you should not have to worry about officers from another town coming in here who may not or may care about your safety, okay, to take care of you. These people deserve your gratitude. These people deserve the fact that, and we thank you for being out here tonight, okay? But remember, this should be your decision. The lives and the well-being of these officers and their families could ultimately come into your hands. Mr. Mayor, Counsel, thank you for the opportunity of speaking tonight, and I just hope that when all is said and done, please don't do this just for a money-saving effort, because it's not going to work.
Obviously, based upon the applause that just took place, you know, a lot of you have very strong feelings about this issue, as does the mayor and council. But I would ask you to refrain from clapping and shouting out. Negative. Let me just say that the bottom line is that'll mean that probably less people will be able to speak in the long run. And you know, I think that the mayor and council see how passionate people feel, and you really don't have to clap when each person speaks. So I'll just ask you to try to refrain a little bit, okay?
They won't get the applause.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Dana Ryan. I reside at 36 Mine Street, and I'm also a co-owner of Friendly Grounds Coffee House. I'm going to read something because I will get way too emotional if we go on. So, I stand here today not only for myself and my family, but also on behalf of 278 people who signed a petition who either work in the borough, live in the borough, or own businesses in the borough of Flemington, all to stand by our local police department. We want to help ensure that this disbandment does not happen. As a local resident and a business owner and the daughter of a former borough police officer, I will speak for all of us when I say that in the face of our economical hardship, disbanding our police department is not the answer. In doing so, you will be taking away what little security a lot of our community has left. I, for one, can say that that gives me great comfort in knowing and seeing our police officers hard at work. I know that my home, my family, and my store are safe because there is always police presence. Instead of trying to save money by completely eliminating our police department, let's start by making cuts to the things that are not necessities.
You have to slow down.
Oh, sorry. That's an issue.
It's being transcribed this evening to make sure that if anybody wants it, there's an accurate record of the meeting. So if you could just speak a little bit slower.
I will, I'm sorry.
Because we want to make sure we get down all of your words. Thanks.
I'd like to hear it again.
All right, in doing so, we will be taking away what little security we have left. I know that my home, my family, and my store are always safe because there's always a police presence. Instead of trying to save money by completely eliminating our police department, let's start by making cuts to the things that are not necessities. For example, do we really need to have somebody pick up our Christmas trees every single day in the month of January? How about just designating a couple of days? This is just one example of a way that we can save money. I know that I speak for most of the people in this room, as well as the 278 people who signed this petition, myself and my family, that if this does indeed happen, what little of our town of Flemington we have left will definitely be gone. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you for affording us the opportunity. Tony Critelli, C-R-I-T-E-L-L-I, FOP Lodge 94 and resident of Flemington. Did I cover everything you needed? These people here made a commitment. Put their lives on the line. And I think we owe them that same parallel commitment back. Be upfront with them. Their lives are on hold right now. They have children, they have wives, and while some of us are home on Christmas and New Year's, they're working. Others, their baby's birthday, they're working. An anniversary, they're working. Don't leave them like this. Be upfront with them and resolve it. Your last meeting, you said if everybody doesn't want it, we will end it. Let's end it tonight. The court's making money. What's going to happen to that? The police department, the bills are low. They're not being paid in Raritan Township. Think about what you're going to do if you join forces. And I'll give you a parallel of why joint forces with Raritan Township, although it's an excellent police department, so is ours. The Board of Education, Flemington and Raritan, we have $180,000 people working there. The borough hasn't grown. But Raritan Township has. Every time they build a development, we need a new school. So somebody gets an assistant, and the game goes on. We get a police department and have shared services, or outsourcing. They build another development. Our borough hasn't grown. We're going to need more officers. I'd love for these men to be making the money that Raritan Township is. So think about what you're doing, please, before you do it. But be fair to them and be fair to us. Thank you.
My name is Melissa Lipka. I live at E8 Hunter Hills, and I don't think it's going to take 3 minutes for me to tell you that I am terrified at the thought of losing the Flemington Borough Police. As anyone who reads the Democrat knows, I probably don't live in the safest neighborhood in Hunter. But I do know that when we have problems, these guys roll in and they're there in a heartbeat. And that's the only reason I feel safe as a single woman living in that apartment complex. It's a lot of bad stuff happens there, and if we don't have borough police patrolling the way we do, and if we don't have these gentlemen and ladies responding in the amount of time that they do, all the bad things that happen in Hunter Hills are going to seep out into the rest of the community. It's not going to take long for things to get ugly everywhere if we get rid of our borough police.
Mayor and Council, Ron Van Horn, 56 Main Street, Flemington. I've had the pleasure of having a business on Main Street for 10 years, and I've had the pleasure also of running for the business association here in town, the Flemington Raritan Business Association, as a board member and past president. We've run car shows here in the town, many of you are aware, and we've had probably we're on our seventh year in running these car shows. And we have people that come into our town from New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, tri-state area, they drive to come to Flemington. One of the comments that we get